Hey, how are you? Come on in. Come on in. This is our Set It Up Sunday live broadcast. I am Renita Alexander, your host, the Leadership Locksmith. And you are here in the Leadership Unlocked private Facebook group where I host Set It Up Sunday every Sunday. Well, okay, I wasn't here last Sunday, but most every Sunday right here at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Set It Up Sunday is my weekly training where I focus on helping you set up your week, your month, your year, your life for success in whatever way you define success. And so I'm going to give a couple of minutes to allow people to come on into the space and make sure that I can see it here in the Leadership Unlocked space. I'm not seeing the live, so I'm going to give it a couple more minutes to make sure that I am actually, okay, here we go. I want to make sure I can see. Oh, Michael's here. Hey, Michael, if you are here, say hey. Michael's here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your presence. I'm dropping everything all over from my desk in my little makeshift studio here. All right, so we are talking about setting up your again, your week, your month, your life for success. And I wanted to talk about purpose today because purpose has such a huge part, plays such a huge part in helping us set up our life. And what kind of led me to this, I had a great conversation today, but it was a follow-up to finding out that one of my line sisters had recently gotten another degree. It's her third degree, and this time in interior design. And so we were actually having a conversation about that today. And we were talking about purpose and passion and dreams. And this third degree that she just earned a couple of weeks ago is into interior design, and it's something that she has been interested in pretty much her whole life, like since she was a child. And I remember her talking about it a few years ago. She was taking some classes, and actually 6 years ago, I asked her today how long it had been since she started the degree, and it's been 6 years. And through that time, of course, the recent obstacles with COVID and the pandemic, but she's also suffered loss during this time. She lost her dad. She lost her brother. So just tremendous obstacles that she has endured and overcome to get this thing that she wanted. And so I was inspired by it. I was inspired by her continuing to pursue her purpose. And it really sort of was the catalyst for me actually talking about that today. And so just the persistence and the determination, it was a reminder that we are never too old and it's never too late for us to pursue our purpose, because we all have one. We all have a reason for being here on this earth and unique ways to express our purpose. Ultimately, I think our purpose is to serve something greater, something bigger, something other than ourselves. And it's going to look different for everybody. And it might mean that you have to deny what other people think you should be doing. And which she's not the only one that kind of got deterred and pointed in a different direction from what she really wanted to do. But she, gave herself the time to focus on what she was actually dreaming for herself. Fulfilling your purpose might mean you have to gain some knowledge or some expertise or some experience. Just like my line sister, she did something to develop the talent that was an innate part of who she was. And then, the doubts that we have about whether we can do what we're dreaming, what we're passionate about, are probably coming from a place of fear. Author Brian Tracy says that once you know your purpose, you should organize all of your activities around it. Now, I shared that one time in a webinar, in a workshop, and one of the participants immediately went out and canceled some appointments. And you don't have to go do that, but before you can really apply some of the things that we talk about here in Startup Sunday, you really kind of have to know what your purpose is, who you're called to. Before you can be who you're called to become, you have to know what your purpose is, your what, your why, and your who. And so that's what I really wanted to talk about tonight, is just purpose. How do you figure that out if you don't know? And if you do know, how do you organize your life so that you are fulfilling your purpose? So let's just get to the thing that you're passionate about. That's your what on your way to purpose, the thing that you get excited about, the thing you love to do, the thing that gets you up in the morning. Passion is that joy and that activity that can fuel you. It can give you energy. It can ignite you. It can light you up. But, I always say that passion without something to be passionate about is frequently not sustainable. That passion will flame out. So your why is the issue or the problem, in the world that you're passionate about. And that problem can often lead you to your purpose. And sometimes it's the result of something that's happened to you. Again, it's always something other than you. It's usually something bigger than you. And because, we're just not here for ourselves and our problems and the challenges that we face. They're experienced so that we can share and perhaps help others through their similar experiences. That's your why. And so we got what you want to do, why you want to do it. Now we're going to talk about who you are. So who you are is a part of what allows you to accomplish your purpose. It's your gifts, it's your talents, it's your strengths, your skills, your personality. You are who you are to serve your what and your why. You're all the things that you're good at, all the things that you just do without effort, your personality, it's all to serve your purpose. So you aren't given any of that, and you wouldn't have the dream and you wouldn't have the passion that you have if you weren't supposed to do something with it or live it. And, as I said, once you kind of know what that is, it's important to align with it, to align your activities around that purpose. And that's important because if you continue to align yourself with something that's not what you're supposed to be doing, or if you continue to say yes to things that aren't aligned with your vision or your values, or even if you say no and then you guilt yourself into a yes, you're going to take energy away from the things that you should be doing. You're not going to be as focused as you should be. You're not going to be able to perhaps achieve what it is that you're purposed to do. And so, another author that's a favorite of mine is David Allen, and he's the author of Getting Things Done. And he says that most of the stress people experience comes when they are, not managing the commitments they have that they make in accordance with their purpose. So everything you do should be an expression of your purpose. And if an activity doesn't fit, you shouldn't be doing it. So knowing your purpose can help you create that laser focus by helping you concentrate your efforts and your energy on the things that matter and ignoring or deferring those things that don't. So let me see what people are saying. I'm seeing some just some thumbs up. Robin has joined us. Okay, I got an amen and a true comment. Let me see if I can see some comments here. Okay. All right. A couple of comments here. All right. So let's get a little bit into the set. And a true comment. Let me see if I can see some comments. I didn't mean to do that. All right. I'm getting a replay on the phone because there's a delay. So let me put my ear buds back in. Okay, Habiba's with us. Habiba, thank you for joining us. I'm trying to be able to see the comments, and for some reason it's not letting me see it when the phone is turned sideways. So anyway, okay, so how do you apply that, that discipline so that you can serve your purpose? Well, the first part is you have to want to be disciplined, right? You have to want to be in balance. You have to want to be, very laser focused about fulfilling your purpose. And so it may require some help so you can exercise that discipline to do the thing that you are called to do. The other piece is discerning. You might have to really focus on deciding and discerning what's important and decide then what to do about it, right? So as opposed to, putting things off, putting things in piles, making a decision right away when something comes into your space, deciding what, the activities are that are going to help you get where you want to go. And when they're not helping you get to where you want to go, and making a decision pretty quickly, pretty immediately when those things come into your space. And then the third part is, so you have the desire, you know how to decide what is important. The third piece is the documentation. Now, I love a good plan. I love a documented plan. I love a plan that's written down either on your computer or in your planner or your journal, wherever you put your plan. There is just something about writing things down. Often what happens is we approach what we have to do based on what's kind of staring us in the face, right? So that thing that happens when we get up, those of us that have a 9 to 5, the things that face us when we first show up at work, or when we show up in front of our computers, when we start answering, we look at our email, those things that take attention away from what it is that we're supposed to be doing. But once we find out what we are supposed to be doing, then we have to be a little bit more intentional about writing that down and the ways that we have decided we're going to pursue what that is, what that looks like, to include planning out our day, setting aside time for things to do things like, checking your email, returning phone calls. It's okay, to have something that says, I'm monitoring emails. I will return your call or return your email, or will respond to you within 24 hours or however, or at a certain time of the day. So planning just kind of opens you up, to thinking about what you have to do. And then when you actually put that plan into place, it can help you get to where it is that you are trying to go. So planning, planning your purpose is one of the ways that you can get there. Planning to live out your purpose is one of the ways that you can actually get to fulfill your purpose. And so I want to encourage you to do that. And one of the things that I'm going to encourage you to do tonight is I'm giving you a little homework. I don't normally do that. But I want you to think about, if you haven't already this year, and hopefully you have. We talked about this at the beginning of the year, but we're halfway through. We're halfway through 2021. And so if you haven't done this already this year, I want you to think about 5 things that you want to accomplish this year that can be in keeping with your longer term plan. Maybe it's steps that are a part of your longer term plan. Or if you don't have a longer term plan, what are some things that you can do for the immediate future in the next 6 months that will help you get to what that is when you figure it out? So, and one of the things that you possibly should be doing is figuring that out. All right, so we're right at 8:14. I'm going to look to see if anybody has any questions or comments. You have any questions or comments. Robin is here. Thank you so much for being here. Michael is here. Habiba is here. This is the second time Habiba has hung out with me today. Thank you so much. Jason is here. Anybody have any questions or comments about finding that purpose and making sure your activities throughout the day, your plan is in alignment with what you are purposed to do? Anybody want to share a plan or something that they're trying to accomplish in this next 6 months or this next couple of years? What is that long-term plan that you're trying to get to? Anybody want to share that? Because we got some leaders and planners and entrepreneurs here in the Leadership Unlocked private Facebook group. Anybody? Nobody has anything that they want to share. There's usually a little bit of a delay. Let me see if anybody wants to share. Okay, well, it looks like nobody wants to share their plan for the next 6 months or even their plan for the next couple of years. I know some people are working on some things, but it's okay. It's okay. We can talk about it if you want to put something in the comments later. Okay, Habiba. All right. Learning and teaching love and self-care. Okay. Jason says one area that I'd like to determine is how to start a business while actively serving in demanding positions, that work-life balance. And, Jason, thank you so much for bringing that up. I really believe that sort of honing in, knowing and understanding your purpose can help you sort of eliminate and prioritize those things that can help you fulfill the purpose, even as you are fulfilling actively working or serving in a demanding position. And so just being, we talk about rocks and rolls here in the Leadership Unlocked group. The rocks are those foundational things that you have to get done either for your job or for your business. If you are in business, your roles are the many roles that you play, be it, husband or father or brother or son, those things that you do to fulfill those roles. And one of the things that I learned early on in my military career was how to put those things on my calendar first. And then that allowed me to sort of prioritize and then fit other things in around it. It meant some sacrifices. It meant things that I was not able to do that I maybe would have wanted to do, but it allowed me to prioritize and do the things that I wanted to do in the military and also fulfill my role as mom, which was the most important role to me at the time when my daughter was at home and living with me. Of course, she's an adult now. But yes, I really think that writing it down, having that plan, having concrete steps to fulfill that plan is one of the first steps that you can do to focus on that purpose, that thing that you want to do, starting a business that is going to help you fulfill your purpose. It's just the planning. It's the planning. And there are a lot of people that are doing it. Jason, there are a lot of people that are working that side hustle while they are focused on their main gig. There are, lots of minutes and hours in the day. One of the things that I have had clients do is, just keep a diary of how you're spending your time. What often happens is we discover that we have a lot more minutes in the day than we think we do. And it doesn't, you go through these demanding periods. I've been in a really demanding period over the last 6 months in my business, but it's eased up now, and I've been able to be a little bit more deliberate about making sure that I'm taking care of myself, which is also one of the things that is important if we are going to fulfill what it is we're trying to do, is taking care of ourselves. So that was a long answer to your question, Jason. I hope that's helpful. If you have other questions about that, just ask in the group, and somebody will respond. Somebody will respond to you. Offer maybe some tips if you need some more other than what I've offered. So, any other questions or comments? Yes, Vivian agrees with the prioritizing. Something about writing it down that just makes it concrete for me. All right. Well, thank you all so much for engaging. Let me just make sure there's not any other questions or comments before I call it a night. Thank you again for being here on this Sunday evening. Again, I'm here every Sunday at 8 o'clock. It's not, intended to be super, super long. It's just quick bites about how to set your week, your month, your year, your life up so that you can achieve your purpose. And because we all have one. And so again, thank you for being here. And you have a great rest of your evening. I'm out. See you next Sunday.